Well, I've always wanted a 308, and I decided to try the Savage Axis heavy barrel. It falls into the category of a budget rifle, so my modifications will be consistent with that theme. But so far, the rifle is stock. It's straight out of the box, and I've just added a Redfield scope and a bipod. I like the scope a lot. It's a Redfield Revolution tack scope, and I think it deserves its own review on a separate video, so that'll be coming. But I just wanted to sight this scope in and see how the rifle shot straight out of the box. And after sighting it in, I set up some targets to compare some factory ammo. So I tried 4 different off-the-shelf cartridges with similar weights to get a good comparison. So here are the results. Okay, here was our first target. You can see where I bore sighted and shot a little pattern and then worked my way up, sighting in the scope. And once I did that, we got a pretty decent pattern. And remember, this is using just your standard Remington Core Lokt 150 grain off the shelf. And we got a .788 pattern out of that. That was the initial one. Then we reset the targets, put up some new targets up here, and this one here, this was using the Winchester Super X at 150 grain again. Got a 1.518. Looking at the pattern here. This next one was using the Hornady. These Hornady Interlock 150 grain again. And it was consistently left. I probably yanked this one a little bit, I'm sure, because it was the trigger so heavy. But it was consistently left. And I confirmed this on another target after we got through with this, and shot some more, and sure enough, it's just consistently left on the point of aim. Thought that was interesting. Let's go to this one here. This was using, see all this scattered around, this was using just the old cheap Monarch 145 grain, and it looks like a 3.528. This next one over, I shot with the Remington again, the Remington Core Lokts, and it was doing good, and I know I yanked that one. I mean, that was the very last shot, and I just yanked it pretty hard. It was a 1.89. So it looks like we're ranging from a .788 with the Remingtons and all the way up to a 3.528 with the Monarchs. So far, I'm very pleased with this budget rifle. Overall, the Axis heavy barrel was fairly accurate right out of the box. The factory Axis, it has a very heavy trigger and it's a very light stock. So with the heavy barrel and the light stock, most of the weight is at the front of the rifle. And when firing, the recoil made the rifle seem to jump or bounce off the bipod. But hopefully my shooting results will get a little better after some modifications. And I'm planning on a trigger job, and I'll upgrade the stock before the next trip to the range. And I'll probably use the same ammo for comparison's sake, and I'll also try a cartridge using a Hornady AMAX 168 grain, and then we'll compare the results. So stay tuned for the next video.